everyone, and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. And once again, we're focusing on Washington State wines. It's Washington State Wine Month. March was the first official wine month. They also have now added August, and I've gotten behind August lately. I live in Washington State. I sell a lot of Washington State wine. Might as well. Just saying. Okay, we're doing, actually this is kind of a cool episode because we're going to do what they call a second label of a winery and their first label or their main label or the one that they charge the most for, whatever you want to say about it. And we're going to do Dusted Valley / Boomtown wines. And Dusted Valley has been around since 2003. It's the Johnsons and I believe they say Brunells. Own it together. They came from Wisconsin, came over here with that dream to start a winery. There are now 1,000 wineries in the state of Washington. We have 14 AVAs, or agricultural viticultural areas. 175 million cases produced each year. 400 plus grape growers, which these guys are part of that grape growing team. Now, I looked on their website and they do not have a winemaker that I saw that they mentioned. I do know that Josh Maloney consulted with them for a while. Sorry about that, I didn't get their winemaker. But let's get started right off the bat with their Boomtown by Dusted Valley Pinot Gris. This is their vintage is 2018. It rolls in at $18. So Boomtown, Pinot Gris. Pinot Gris is a huge varietal in Washington State. A lot of people do it here. It's a very popular varietal. I know my wife loves Pinot Gris. Quick shout out to Fred and Lynn. Thank you guys so much for supporting me and watching my episodes. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Get more and more subscribers. That's very cool. If you have friends and they don't know about my channel, please pass it on to them. Let them know that there's something to watch out there. With all the craziness going on right now in the United States, you know, it's nice to have something to watch. You know, just chill at home and drink some wine and watch an episode about wine. Okay, let's see what we get on the nose. Very typical Pinot Gris from Washington State. It has apples and pears. Absolutely. This is pear dominant. Yeah, nice pear notes with a little bit of apple underneath. Wow, that made me drool. That's weird. That's pretty weird. Anyway, let's see what we get on the palate. Sorry, Meg. Almost used a spit bucket. No. I think it adds to the program that I don't spit in the bucket. I know. I get it. I've had a few say that. I can't do a lot of episodes in a row, though. You'd be falling behind the bar here. Very dry. Very crisp. Mostly apple on the palate with just a little bit of pear coming through. Good acidity, nice and fresh. Like I said, crisp on the finish. Solid Pinot Gris if you like them dry. Not everybody likes them this dry. This is a well-made Pinot Gris. Just a touch of bitterness on the backside. I made sure I just had a tiny snack before I came out here. Just got off work today. Very busy at the store. People all over the place. You know, panicking just a little bit, but our store is pretty cool. I love our store. Love King's Market because people are chill there, you know. It's the other store where they go nuts. They're going to eventually call the coronavirus the TP virus because what is this deal with toilet paper? I don't get it myself. Because they're going to keep the stores open no matter what happens. The stores will be open. They get restocked. You know, you can get your toilet paper. Don't worry about it. Dry, apple, a little bit of pear. A little bitterness on the finish. I think this is like one of those Pinot Gris that, you know, kind of in the middle. I think it'll please some people that like fruit, but, you know, it's very dry. If you like your white wines dry, this is a dry Pinot Gris. I'm going to go B- on that. I think it's well made, solid wine. Just, not, for me, I like a little more fruit, but that's okay. You know, I understand that it's a good Pinot Gris. $18. Nice and dry. Great. Talk about a great seafood. Shellfish, Pinot Gris. That would be fantastic. Just saying. Just saying. Let's move on. So remember, this is a second label of Dusted Valley. And the reason they do second labels, as you guys could probably figure out on your own, is it's a cash crop. You know, they have their upper end wines. I know they have I sell one of their Syrahs at the store that goes for about, I think it's around the $60 range. So they're straight up Dusted Valley labels, a little more expensive. So to make some cash, they come in with a second label, and they don't use the same fruit as they do in their top label, their Dusted Valley label, but they have their name right on the front, so they're very proud of the Boomtown label. So this is the 2017 Boomtown by Dusted Valley Red Blend. Let's see if they put the blend on the back. They do not. If you guys are watching from Dusted Valley, which I hope you do catch this on YouTube, put something on the back. Don't put the percentages. Just most of my viewers, if not all of them, want to know what's in the wine. That's important. So just put it back there. You know, if it's a Cab Merlot, Cab Franc, whatever. I could have done my research. I know, but you know, I don't always think I need to get on there and find out. Let's see what we get on the nose. Now this is a very expressive nose. I'm excited already about trying this wine. I get blackberries, ripe blackberries. I'm getting a little bit of plum and a lot of currants. And right in the very back, I just caught it, a little bit of a veggie component coming through. Maybe have a little Cab Franc in it. Yeah, very expressive nose. You get the feeling that's going to be fruit forward from the nose. Let's see what we get on the palate. Habits. Now guys, I do this all the time at work. I have a spit bucket at work, so it's just automatic. Very interesting wine. Its smelling is going to be fruit forward. It's much more seriously built on the palate. I get tobacco, I get currants, a little bit of blackberry underneath the currants, but a big shot of tobacco and earth. So this is like an old world style wine. It really is. It's a little tight on the palate. I even get a little toastiness on the back side of this one. Now, there's a couple of reasons why I like this, and a couple of reasons why I think some people might not like it. If you're a big fruit forward, you like fruity wines, you're not going to like this wine. But if you like Bordeaux style wines from France, you are going to like this wine. It rolls in at $18. I don't think I showed you the label. There it is. They've redone the label. I really like it. I don't think I showed you the color. Fairly dark. There you go. Sorry about that, guys. Came off of work. Came out here. Yeah, it smells so fruit forward on the nose, but then on the palate it's very earthy. Yeah, to me it's like I'm drinking a Bordeaux, really, seriously. I mean, I'm going to say it again, it's just a very old world style wine. It would go great with burgers, pizza, I think. I get a little greenness, so I'm going to look this up and see if there's some Cab Franc in it. In fact, I should probably put the blend on this in my little comment section underneath the video when I publish it on Wednesday. So, yeah. Very earthy, old world, a little bit tight. I'm going to go straight up B- on this one as well. I think it's a well-made wine. I think what they're shooting for is old world style, and they did it well. So I'm going to go B minus B on that. I like it. Let's move on. This is the 2018 Boomtown by Dusted Valley Cabernet Sauvignon, Columbia Valley, Washington. This rolls in at $18 as well. So they're what we call line priced. So Cab's still king in the reds. Look at the color on that one. Nice little purple. Yeah, like the color on that. That's pretty cool. Very vibrant. Okay. Now curious after the red blend what they're shooting for on the Cab. Are they going old world or are they going more new world in style? Yeah, I get that kind of blackberry stem. You know, violets coming through, currants, violets, a little bit of cherry. Very interesting nose. Let's see what we get on the palate. Now these are all stealth enclosure, screw caps, all of them. And a tiny hit of blackberry. Let's see what we get on the palate. Definitely old world. Definitely old world. Solid Cab. Nice integration of the fruit, the acidity, the tannins. The tannins are very approachable. They have just a tiny bit of edge to them. You know they're there. You know you're drinking a Cab for sure. I get that earthiness on the mid palate into the back of the mid palate. Just a slight hit of veggie. Yeah, kind of right on the back end, and it kind of hangs on. Good finish, solid wine. This needs food. You're cooking a stew, you're cooking a meatloaf, you're doing hamburgers, you're doing steak, you're doing a roast, anything like that. This would be a classic Cab for that. If you love new old world wines, like I said, if you're a big Bordeaux fan, if you like Italian wines, that sort of thing, you're going to love this wine. I think it's a nice transition wine too. I think even New World, you know, a fruit-forward style wine drinker might like this wine. I'm even getting a little bit of coffee. I think it's a solid Cab. This is the old days, you know. This reminds me a little bit of, you know, back to Napa back in the 70s. You know, you got a little bit of that veggie, you got a little bit of those, you know, edgy tannins. You got, you know, needed to lay down for a while. Now, I don't know if they intend this to lay down. This is their 18, which is supposed to be a fantastic vintage. This, in fact, this is the first 18 I've tried, I believe. I'm excited. I'm stoked. This is showing the vintage. Classic $18 Cab. I'm gonna go B plus on that. I think it's a solid wine. Good effort by them. Now we're getting into their main label, Dusted Valley Stained Tooth Syrah, Columbia Valley, 2016. This rolls in at $37. Great name for a Syrah, Stained Tooth, because Syrahs tend to be a little bit, you know, they can make your teeth purple sometimes. Excited to try this. So again, this is their, what we call their first label. This is their second label. They probably don't sell as much as the high-end stuff. I like their label. $37. I need to get a zoom camera. I do. I'm sorry, guys. Very, very dark in color. You know, almost you can't see through this one at all. Let's see what we get on the nose. Oh, love it. Little tiny hit of kind of that barnyard thing. Definitely plums, definitely boysenberry. There's a little candy-esque thing coming through that I like. Get a little bit of that funk, like I said, not quite barnyard. Don't go wrong. Okay, guys, don't go wrong. It's not poopy or anything, but a little bit of funk. I was really searching for the bacon fat sort of thing. Some wineries really get that in Washington State. This doesn't have it. A little bit of blueberry coming through. Let's see what we get on the palate. This is a gutsy. This has some guns on it, baby. This has some guns. This is big, bold, powerful Syrah. But what I like about this, it gets more into the red flower, kind of almost a rose petal type thing coming through. Not bacon fat, good acidity, good strength in the mouth, but good acidity, good balance. Very, very powerful. I mean, this is what did I say this was? A 16? Oh, black pepper come through right on, long finish. Black pepper. Very excited about this wine. Yeah, the blueberry notes kind of pop on the mid palate. Blackberries come through. Good acid. I like that in a Syrah. Kind of makes it fresh. Some people like that kind of bacon fat, ham hock sort of thing. I like that, but I'm all over the place. You can't, my palate is fairly flexible, just saying. And I like this wine for an entirely different reason than I would a bacon fat, ham hock style wine. This is a food wine. Obviously these guys are into that. That is classic. Once again, I would say steak, roast, prime rib would be fantastic with this. You know, a lot of times I do lamb, but this is too structured, too big, too powerful for lamb. Just saying. That funk hits right on the top of the mid palate. Like I said, long finish, black pepper comes through, tobacco notes on the backside. These guys, I don't know, well, I'm sure they realize it, but these are old world style wines. This could be St. Joseph. I mean, really. Not quite Côte Rôtie-ish, but kind of between St. Joseph and Côte Rôtie. I think they did a fantastic job with this. $37. You go to St. Joseph, you're going to be paying in the $40 to $50 range. This reminds me a little bit of the Longship Cellars Ginger Man Syrah, which I fell in love with. I love that wine. I'm thinking this might be one of those. I like that kind of red flower, almost rose petal thing that comes through on the mid palate. Tobacco on the finish, nice, dark, meaty. That's a word I'm not saying. It's very meaty. Roasted meats. This is what it's all about. That's what Syrah is all about. And they did a fantastic job. Now, they might have a state vineyards here. 100% Syrah, Columbia Valley. They don't say Walla Walla. So, but yeah. Great bottle of wine. Fantastic. I'm going to go straight up A on that. I think it's a solid Syrah. I think it's a 16. It has easily 10 years of lay down time if you want to do that, if you have the patience to do it. Fantastic wine. There you go. Nice Washington State Winery, 6,000 cases. I thought they were all excellent. The Pinot Gris, you know, B-. But I think they were all very good. Once you kind of dial into what they're trying to do, that's really what counts. Thanks for taking a little time out of your day to watch. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm getting more and more subscribers. Tell your friends about this channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.